Hi everyone, and welcome to the very first video in a new series on this channel called Project 151, in which I am going to attempt to draw all 151 Pokemon from the original games Pokemon Red and Blue. Now, the rules for this challenge are as follows. Rule number 1 is I have to draw them all, from Bulbasaur to Mew. Rule number 2, I can draw them in any order that I like, but once I've drawn a Pokemon, I can't redraw that Pokemon until they're all done. Now, I might, at the end of this challenge, go back and redo a couple, but until then, it's only moving forward, no looking back. And rule number 3, they all have to be in the same art style, a sort of TTRPG, painterly watercolor style that I've used in some of my art before. Now, this challenge was originally something I set out on in 2023. However, at that time, I got through about 3 Pokemon, and again, life got busy, so I kind of let the challenge fizzle out. I'm reigniting it here at the beginning of 2024, but before we start moving forward, I want to look back at the first 3 that I drew and immortalize them in this video. Now, you'll have to forgive me, these speed-up paints are from my original Twitch streams where I drew these, so there's my face in the corner. I'm sorry about that. There's not really much I can do, and I didn't want to crop it because it looks a little weird. First up when I started this challenge was the Pokemon Dratini, which, let's go ahead and look at that. After I drew Dratini, which for the record was drawn on February 10th, February 17th, a week later, I decided to draw its second evolutionary form, Dragonair. After Dragonair, it took me about a month to get back to this project. Now, by the time I did, I was too nervous to draw Dragonite because it was a little bit too complex for me, so I decided to draw another worm-like Pokemon, Weedle, which was drawn on March 12th. And there you have it, the first Pokemon in Project 151. Now I'm not sure what the next Pokemon I'm going to draw is, but I am going to do all of these live on my Twitch channel over the next few years. So if you'd like to follow me there and watch me as I draw them, the links for that are in the description below. Until then, and until the next video, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye everyone!